It has been a minute. We are finally back here. We had a little small hiatus. I mean, we just kept on. Oh, no. That's a goal for Utah.
No!
That's a goal for
Oh my
Utah.
God,
We are
bro.
actively recording. And 30 seconds in, we get. Come on, we're 30 seconds in.
No.
Utah couldn't wait like an
We
extra minute for
just
me to get through the intro.
scored. And we gave up a goal. Oh
We
my God.
just scored. You're probably going to be watching this in a few days, but to those
Yeah.
who are at home, Vilmanis just scored his first career NHL goal for the Florida Panthers, and then a minute later, Utah just answered back on a goal from who is that?
Who was that there? All I know is, we should have died with the villain goal, but we lived long enough to see the heroes take the lead, I guess.
And we should have that was Sean Dursey. That was Sean Dursey. That was his fourth goal of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyways, welcome back to the Rattrick Report. It's been a minute, guys. The last time I saw you, Justin, was in person before the Winter Classic. Actually, at the Winter Classic. I saw you at the arena last time I talked to you, but here we are, back on the pod. It's been a few weeks, and it was a couple weeks before that as well. We've been on a little small hiatus, just, between me getting sick and everything that's been happening, but we're finally back here and starting back up. So how you doing?
We've been sick. We've lost power in an ice storm.
Yes.
It's just been quite literally any and everything trying to derail this scheduled pod that we've had. But we're back, man. We're back. Like you said, it's been first time we've seen each other since we were in paradise together, man. It was fantastic.
Take me back.
Please, bro. Oh my God. Now, it was cold for Florida standards, but I would gladly take that weather right now over what we have here in Atlanta, man. I woke up this morning and it was 15 degrees.
It is a crisp 50 in Florida right now, where I'm at. It is a crisp 50 where I'm at right now.
Throw some of that up north, man. Throw some of that up north to us. We need that. We need that.
I think I might keep that for now. I might keep that for myself for now.
That's fair. Well, I mean, since you'll keep that, how about the Panthers keeping not 2, not 4, but 6 points in 3 games in a row? Jeremy, for the first time since I've joined this podcast, the 3 last games that we will cover have all been wins, bro. Let's go.
Look at that.
Come on, no losses. We ain't talking no losses tonight. It's only wins.
And all it took was for the Florida Panthers to get Matthew Tkachuk back and a Sergei Bobrovsky goalie fight. That's all it took.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I am between that and Father Tkachuk coming into the locker room and probably cussing out the team. This team has looked very, very different in the best way possible, man. If Bob is out here throwing hands, something's got to change, and something clearly changed because, they've won 3 in a row and they are right back in it at the perfect time because we've gotten, for the most part, a lot of our playmakers back, except for our glorious captain, who we will talk more about later on in this episode.
We do have some stuff to talk about regarding your captain.
It's all happening, man. It's all happening. But dude, let's get into it. Let's go a little in chronological order, oldest to newest. We'll start out with the first of our 3 games that we have won in a row. We went to Winnipeg, place where we rarely win, and won 2-1 in a shootout. Oh my God, bro. That game had me nervous because we needed that win badly. Very, very badly. But our guy, Tarasov, led the way. 17 saves, 2 clutch shootout stops. We had Benny scoring regulation, assisted by, of course, Matthew Tkachuk, who returned, I want to say, the game prior, if I make no mistake.
He returned just in time to watch Bob fight, and then he could get the hell out of there so he could go watch Miami lose.
He sure did. And,
I apologize for that, by the way, too.
you know, there you can't win them all, and you know, I will say that I'm not one to claim moral victories, hardly ever, but the U is not back. They're here, and we are on the right track to getting our sixth national title, and it's only a matter of when, not if. It's happening very soon. So, in case all of you Gators fans and Seminoles fans out there, we coming, baby. We coming.
I may
Let's
not
go.
be a Miami fan, however, do give a small shout out to you on this podcast as we are a Panthers podcast. So might as well go ahead and give a little shout out to the you right there.
You already
Um,
know.
Good luck next season. But I mean, yeah, I mean he had just arrived the season prior to that. I mean, the game prior to that, in that one in against San Jose in the Bob fight game. However, he gets his first point in his next game against Winnipeg on the system of one timer from Sam Bennett. I want to say that was.
Yep. And then we had Rhino net the shootout winner. Let's go home, baby, as one Steve Goldstein would say.
I I mean, just heading into that shootout, there was just a few things that I had that I was kind of thinking on my mind going into it. A, it was Anton Lundell is going first because he's automatic.
Of course.
And then I was thinking B, you have to go Reinhardt next because he is automatic. And the only thing that I was questioning was how will Daniel Tarasov look in the shootout. Last time we saw him in the shootout, did not go his way. I believe he was in it once already this year. I want to say he was already in it once this year, and I want to say it didn't look great for him. He looked a little bit lost out there. He did not look lost this time. He made that save, stoned the first shot, first shooter. Next guy up, want to say that was Scheifele, missed high over the net. Game over. Reinhardt pots the game winner. Panthers end it. That is one of the quickest shootouts you'll ever see.
Oh, for sure.
Lundell, goal. Reinhardt, goal. Game over. Panthers take the win. And a big 2 points over Winnipeg. And like you said, in a place that the Panthers have found it really hard to win at, they get a crucial 2 points, and they head for the road to the next game.
Oh, yeah. And as they head on to the road to the next game, they travel to St. Paul, Minnesota. Very, very tough place for us to win historically.
Another place.
Dude, you talking about Death Valley. Oh, my God. We go to the state of hockey, and we take down the Minnesota Wild, bro. 4-3 in overtime.
More importantly, too, Brad Marchand's first game back. This is the first time we've seen Brad Marchand and Matthew Tkachuk in the same lineup since the playoffs over 7 months ago. And that's the first time we've seen them both in the same lineup in the regular season. Remember, when the Panthers traded for Brad Marchand at deadline last year, Matthew Tkachuk was still out. This was the first time we've ever seen in the regular season Matthew Tkachuk and Brad Marchand in the same lineup. And a lot of lineup changes. I mean, Greer started on the top line, or not on the top line, but he started off in the second line. He got shifted downwards towards the game as it went on. Paul kept on changing lines up in that game. Wasn't really liking what he was seeing. Towards the end of it, looked a lot better, but it was a little bit of a mess. I mean, that third period was really chaotic. Uvis.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I love Uvis, man. I love Uvis, but man, we got to get Seth Jones back.
Need it. And my heart absolutely breaks that he will not be able to compete for his country in the Olympic Games, man. That really sucks. It genuinely sucks.
It does, and it's an injury too that we never even saw. That happened at the game that we were at. That was at the Winter Classic.
Yeah,
we never even saw him go out. I mean, did you even see him leave the ice?
I did. I saw him leave the ice, and I saw when the injury happened, and I was like, okay, maybe it's a stinger, and he's just gonna, probably walk to the bench, try to shake it off, and come back. But from the way he was heading to the bench, it did not look like he was going to come back, and I was like, oh God. I had my guy Dylan behind me, and we're both like, bro, I don't think he's good. He took that pretty high up. So
I didn't even see it. I think I was too glamored by the fact that we were at the Winter Classic for me to really set in the fact that I just witnessed an injury happen, a tragedy in front of my eyes. But, we roll on. But, I mean, I think just watching that Minnesota game just spoke so loudly of how much Seth Jones means to, let alone our power play. I love Uwe Spolinskis, and I think he should still have a spot by the time Seth Jones comes back. But I mean, he's not a power play quarterback. He's not a
Right.
quarterback on the power play. He should not by any means be controlling. There is a pile up in front of the net, and that puck is not going to go in. Are you kidding me? Sorry to interrupt that. I thought we were going to score there for a second.
I thought so as well. I tried not to say anything. Very, very hard to not say anything as I keep looking over this way. I'm like, But dude, Brad Marchand with a huge pair, as Red Deer Randy Moeller would say.
Yes.
Scored
It
in
took him no time.
regulation,
It took him no
and then
time
he
at all.
also got the game winner in overtime. Sam Reiner and Sam Bennett also contributed goals in that game, man. Just
Matthew Tkachuk with another assist on the night.
yes.
Two, the game tying goal in the third period with a few minutes left in the game. We get 3-3. And then Brad Marchand, also Sam Bennett with an insane move in overtime,
Dude,
almost potted the game winner, breaking through the entire Minnesota defense. I'm telling you, one of these years, Bennett is going to pull off a ridiculous move and have like the highlight of the year, and people are just going to be stunned.
We're going to look at it, and then it'll be a nominee for goal of the year at the end of the season for sure. For sure.
The Panthers get a huge 2 points in St. Paul, and then we have a back-to-back next game against Chicago. Another place, by the way, that we have found struggle to win at. We haven't won there in over 3 years. I think it's almost been 4 years. We haven't won there in almost 4 years. Panthers get this one, though, too. 3 straight wins. A pretty dominant effort, in my opinion. I'd say the Panthers looked great that game. And there is the game-time goal.
Let's go! Come on! Let's go! Cole Schwinn, baby. Turn me up.
Welcome back to the lineup, Cole Schwinn.
Turn me up. Let's go. Tie game, baby. Tie game. This is live, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it'll be taped when you see it, but this is live, man. This is what it's all about. They always do this when we record while they play. Do they or do they not, Jeremy?
It's constant. We just have to go ahead. They save all of their chaotic stuff for mid-recording. And then we're gonna go ahead and get off here, and we're not gonna have another goal for the next 40 minutes. Breakaway. Oh, it was so close.
Nah, man, come on. Okay, but 5-1 at the United Center, fresh off of D Rose's jersey retirement. The Panthers absolutely obliterate the Chicago Blackhawks in the third period with 4 goals in the third period. It was 1-1 through 2 periods. And the Panthers said, all right, let's stop messing around. Shout out Tobias Bjornfoot. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. Bjornfoot. I've heard some pronunciations. Bjornfoot. All I know is the Footmaster. First 2-goal game in his career. Just very rare offensive, just juggernaut to that night. Just insane.
He hadn't scored since COVID. Let that sink in. He hadn't scored since COVID, and he comes back with 2 goals. I mean, let him cook. Let him cook.
It literally makes no sense, but this is the Florida Panthers. This is the 2025-26 Florida Panthers in a nutshell. Nothing makes sense, and somehow things work out. But hey, shout out Mackie Samoskevich with a goal in that game, and Carter Hayden early in the final.
It has been a minute since Mackie has gotten a goal, and it was getting to kind of desperation level bad for the Mackie Samoskevich fan club. But we're back on top, baby. Mackie Samoskevich potting on a goal, a 5-on-5 goal too.
Yes,
even
and
better.
another quick shout out to Swaggy 2-point night for him.
Carter Verhaeghe keeps on rolling. He keeps on rolling, and I feel like a lot of people had doubts about Carter Verhaeghe after last season, and kind of he gets his extension, kind of falls off a little bit, really struggled. He rebounded a bit in the playoffs, still didn't fully look like his 40-goal self from years back, but he has been all that and more since he came back uh, off uh, off of becoming a father.
He has, and fatherhood changes a man for the better, and clearly he just keeps on rolling, bro. And we need that. We need that, and we needed these 6 points because look at, I mean, what would you know? We are right back in it. A lot of fans, I wouldn't say a lot of fans, but there's a vocal minority that may have lost faith, and it may have seemed pretty bleak, and it did. Quite frankly, it did look bleak. It did for a good chunk of this season. It looked very bleak, and that you know, even though there were a lot of injuries, they just weren't playing well, and a lot of people didn't know if they would be able to overcome that or even be able to get out of their own head, so to speak. But they are streaking at the right time. They're playing right now. It's tied right now. That's a huge game before they go on this trip over west, and it is going to be a very very tough game next game against the St. Louis Blues on the road. That's going to be very tough. It will be a really good test to see where we are, against one of the elite teams in the NHL this season. So need those 2 points. Need those 2 points tonight, especially. You got to get one of these.
And we go ahead and mention. Can you just go ahead and remind me a little bit of who might have been in that last game against Chicago?
Um, a certain netminder for Chicago.
I'm talking about the guy who was in that for us.
Yes. Our guy Tarasov, brother. Please let everyone know, because before you expand upon this, I want to say first and foremost, I completely agree and echo the sentiments that you're about to say. Um, because as much as I love Bob, sometimes you got to give it to the hot hand, and right now it's clearly Tarasov, in my opinion. So please tell us your thoughts on our great goaltender.
The nil. Give this man 100 mil. I mean, this guy. Everyone was there. There were plenty of people, and I had a bit of hope. I don't know why. I just had a bit of hope coming into the season for Tarasov that I didn't necessarily have from other guys. I certainly didn't have it going into the season when we had Stolars as a backup for some reason, and Stolars was elite for us as a backup goalie. And I didn't necessarily have it. I was a bit questionable with Spencer Knight because he hadn't played in a whole 2 years basically last season, so I was a bit skeptical there. But for some reason, I had a bit of hope with Tarasov that I hadn't really had in other goalies. And you know me, I love Spencer Knight too. I love Spencer Knight. That man can do no wrong, and I still support him with Chicago, and I hope he keeps on going. We just faced him, like you were saying. The other guy was Spencer Knight in that game, and it hurt my soul to see us have to do that to him in the third period, but it had to happen.
Of
But,
course.
I mean, Tarasov, though, he spoke high praises of Bob. Bill Zito acquired him for a reason. He was a goalie that he liked, but when he was with Columbus, um, he was a part of the reason why he was a Blue Jacket in the first place was because of Bill Zito getting Tarasov. He liked him, and he got his man. He wanted him. He threw him into the fire underneath Bob. He knew what he was going to get into because of the fact that we didn't know what kind of Bob we were going to see this season. And unfortunately, we're not seeing the good Bob. But Tarasov has been there, and he has filled the shoes massively. And it is without a doubt, and it is no question, that Daniil Tarasov has outplayed and outperformed Bob this entire year. And it gets to a certain point. where you have to kind of sit down and admit and kind of fall in that sort of Daniil Tarasov right now should be splitting time with Bob, and this should not be a starting. This should not be Bob and backup. This should be 1A, 1B. And right now, Bob remains a starter. He should be a starter. He remains a starter for everything that he's done, for his contract, and for the name value that he holds, and for the fact that he's still a good player, and for the fact that he just sparked the team too with
Yes.
that fight. He's the team still loves him. The fans still love him. Everyone still loves Bob. We will always have his back, but Daniil Tarasov needs to be chipping away more at his playing time, and we just kind of saw it by getting 2 out of the 3 games on the road. And credit, one of them was a back-to-back, so it was due up for Tarasov to come in. But we need to be seeing him more than just back-to-backs and after like 6+ games for Bob. We need to be seeing maybe a couple games for Bob, Tarasov in. Because at this point, he deserves more playing time. And if there was a guy that's going to get us to the playoffs or that needs to get hot or just where we're going to hand the keys off to right now, you have to give the keys to Daniil Tarasov because he has been there and he has earned it for us this season. And right now the future kind of looks bleak in the goalie department, if we're being honest. Besides the fact that you have Bob, you don't know how the contract situation will play out, and you don't even know how he's going to perform later on in his career. If this is how he's playing right now, we don't know what he's going to look like in 3 years if he's even still around by then. So you already traded away Spencer Knight, the future of your goaltender, So it's kind of bleak when you look at the future of the goaltending department, but Tarasov has really given us Panther fans hope. And he's still young enough to be able to at least, if he's not necessarily, I'm not saying he's going to be our next star goalie, no. But he's at least giving us hope to at least say, we at least have Tarasov for right now. And we at least are in good hands for at least the rest of the season at goalie.
Absolutely. I could not have said it any better than that, Jeremy. And once again, like I said before, I 100% agree. They should be splitting time. At the very least, he should be getting more time, more games, more reps. Not only because he's earned it, but clearly the team will play for him. When you give him goal support, we usually win. So,
and that was the thing what we were discussing the very first few weeks of the season. Tarasov was not getting any goal support.
None.
And
they were leaving him out to dry.
Look at Chicago. 5-1 gets the goal support. He gets that win. And he's just rebounded overall. I mean, look how confident he looked in that shootout against Minnesota. He stood his ground. He has looked so much more confident as the season's progressed. Tarasov looks unbelievable right now. He looks lights out.
Absolutely. He looked very confident, looked very big in net, sure-footed. He knew exactly what his assignment was and got it done. And for that and for the many examples of that this season, he should be at least splitting time and splitting games and splitting reps with Bobrovsky. He should. And that's not the only good news we have though, because that is a great take. There was
you want to go ahead and tell the fans so you want to tell the fans what broke today?
Yeah, there was someone that hit the ice at the Baptist Health Iceplex training facility. I'm not sure if that's the official name, but
among 4 players,
there were 4 players. Could you name them off, Jeremy?
No, I think you should.
Well, our glorious captain, Aleksander Barkov, was there, skating, looking good. Our guy, Tomas Nosek, was there, skating, looking good. Those are the only 2 I saw on the video, though.
From what I heard, Jonah Gadjevich was also there.
Oh, really?
And so was Dmitry Kulikov.
It's all happening, man. It's all happening. The sooner we get these guys back, the league is in trouble.
I mean, it's also kind of funny to also think about just how Kulikov means so much to this team as well. and it's going to be so good to see Kulikov get back here. And I've had my fair share of not even, I wouldn't say hatred, but of questionable and doubt of Dmitry Kulikov in his later years as a Florida Panther when he came back. And, I felt like he was by far the least liable player on that Stanley Cup, on both Stanley Cup winning teams. But he also was looking really dominant to start the season this year. And, him going down really hurt. And also, that said, I don't know how I've liked seeing some of his backups that we've seen up there, like Jeff Petrie. I'm not sure how I've really enjoyed Jeff Petrie much. I kind of look forward to seeing Dmitry Kulikov get back up there. Just step right back into the lineup. His face is badly missed on that last defensive unit. I mean, Jonah Gadjevich. What more can you say about Jonah Gadjevich? He was supposed to be out for a few days, turned into a few weeks, and then it just turned into months. He's been gone since the start of the season as well. He had just gotten extended. I don't even think he had played a game yet. I mean, he's been so badly missed in that last line. The depth down there, like Cole Schwint is playing down there right now. Sans Menace right now is playing down there right now. It has been a very bleak fourth line, but that said, the fourth line has been playing out of their minds too. Because again, Cole Schwint and Vilmenis goal tonight, both four liners for us. Our fourth line's getting it done still, and then you go ahead and
Charlotte Checkers fourth line is somehow getting it done, man.
Our depth is just that crazy good, at some point, and it's gonna suck because you're gonna go ahead and get to a point where you're gonna get later on, and you're gonna have to go ahead and probably come up with a hard decision of, is Luke Cunningham going to go ahead and be able to play, or does Jonah Gadjevich slide into the lineup, or does Cole Schwint have to sit here? Does Vilmenis have to sit here? Like, who's going to end up having to sit? Because these guys are going to have to play somewhere. Someone's got to take over those minutes.
Yeah, and tough conversation.
It's very tough. But one thing that will not be very tough is a certain center that will be going back on the top line as soon as he's back.
Dude. I think he's coming back, bro. I think he's gonna be back in time for the playoffs.
I mean, I've had to listen to so many talk shows and so many reporters say he's done for the year. He's not coming back. He's not coming back. And all the while, Elliot Friedman has kind of been there in the background saying, like, yeah, he's probably coming back, guys. And I'm just saying I've had a gut feeling ever since, I mean, I've seen him walk around in his brace a total of maybe once or twice since having a surgery. This guy is inhuman. He had surgery and he was seen walking without a limp to go ahead and get a Stanley Cup ring.
Yeah.
A few days after his surgery. This guy is not real.
I mean, you and I were at the Winter Classic. We saw him bring out Sally, which ended up being the Stanley Cup. And he's carrying the cup and walking around and dancing like it's nothing. And I'm like, this guy's coming back. He's coming back very soon. It's going to probably be before the playoffs. And I had this weird gut feeling when I saw the injury take place. I'm like, it's too many people saying that he's done for the year. I think he's going to be back in time. And that's partly why they just have not put him, they haven't just shut him down completely for the playoffs yet, because they think he's going to be back.
The traded line looms around in the future with very soon coming up. And if Panther fans have seen it, I don't know how many Panther fans have seen it, but Artemi Panarin has been heavily linked to the Florida Panthers. That is kind of the smoke that I'm not really getting into, but I would just go ahead and say that the question on Barkov, if he returns or not, I think lays at the hands of Bill Zito of does Bill Zito pull a trigger and decide to get some more depth, or does he go ahead and add more at the deadline at Barkov's position? And I think if he makes a move that's pretty significant, that's probably your answer, that Barkov may be out longer than everyone hoped, and he may not be back at all. And if he decides not to pull a trigger, which I don't think he's going to, there's not many holes to really plug up anyways besides the injured, which, like I said before, I don't think he's going to do it. I think that'll wind up being your answer, that I think we're going to see Barkov My guess is gonna be out for the rest of the season, and I think we're gonna wind up seeing him there for game one. I think he'll be there and ready for game one. If he's not there for game one, he's gonna be there for game 3.
For sure. I agree. And I can't wait for the day. I think you've seen my Twitter post when I was on the beach and I was just looking up and I was thinking like, man, I miss Barkov. And there he is with the Stanley Cup in the clouds. Like, I just miss him so much. Please come back, Barky. Please. We need you, bro.
We all miss our Sasha Barkov. He has
miss my captain.
He has been there through thick and thin for this team.
He really has.
It's only right if he comes back.
He was there for the green seats, bro.
He was there. Was he there for Spacey in space?
Yes, he was.
Was he there for Spacey? He doesn't say. I think he was there for Spacey in space.
He was. That was a very crazy time in Panthers lore.
That feels like yesterday for some reason, but in reality, it's like
that probably wasn't even the craziest thing to happen that season.
I'm trying to. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that right now. I have to figure out when Spacey in space was.
That was oh my gosh, that was. Oh my gosh, when was that? That was 2016.
That was 2016, which means that's a decade ago now.
Yes.
And if I look up a certain player,
it's a long time. I was graduating high school, bro. It's a long time.
Never mind. Okay, I wanted to see if that was the year Tim Thomas played for the Panthers. That was 2014.
Yes, that was 2 years removed from Tim Thomas playing for the Panthers, bro.
Oh my! Wow, the Panthers have been through it. We have been through the ringer.
And Barkov was on that team.
Yeah, he was. He was old enough to. Aleksander Barkov was old enough to see Tim Thomas be our starting goaltender before Roberto Wong was.
Yes, Barkov was here long enough for the We See Red campaign.
He was almost old enough to see our whole like 7th man campaign.
Ooh, man.
And our whole Marcel Gotch game time goal campaign.
Ooh, man, dark days.
We have been through the absolute ringer, but the one constant in our life has been Aleksander Barkov, and he's coming back to us soon.
And it'll be a glorious day when his number hangs from the rafters, from the many Amerant Bank Arena. Why do we have so many rafters? It's an unhealthy amount.
I have no idea what to say other than we were not the architects like we were for Milan.
I mean, you've been inside Sawgrass Mills, right? It legit looks like the ceiling in there. Like you go to the food court, that is the roof of Amerant Bank Arena. That is the ceiling. The ceiling.
Amerant Bank Arena. The roof of Amerant Bank Arena does not feel like an arena.
It feels like dry cleaners, you know.
It feels a little unhealthy in there.
I mean, it is a very big arena. I've heard
it is. Amerant Bank Arena. I feel like when you walk into Amerant Bank Arena, it feels. I don't know why. It just feels a lot smaller looking at it from like the outside, and then when you walk inside, even when you walk inside and you're going through the hallways, it feels so much smaller compared to when you actually kind of have that open space that you actually get to look over upon the ice and stuff, and you just sit there and you're like, wow, this place is ginormous.
Yes. Well, the first red flag is you walk through the concourse and it's really tiny. Surely the bowl is big. And then you walk in the lower bowl and you're like, oh, that's why. Okay. In fact, Dylan and a bunch of other of my friends went to the game at the United Center and they said, man, the United Center feels small compared to Amerant Bank Arena, which is crazy because I believe they have the same, if not, the United Center is actually maybe a little bigger in capacity. I mean, I
I
believe
feel
they
like it
both feed about
might.
20K.
Oh, United Center.
Oh my gosh, man, Lundy took a big hit.
For hockey, it
Jeez.
is almost 20,000, 19,700.
So maybe the bank
Bank
is a
Arena.
little more a little bigger, maybe.
Yeah, it is 500 seats bigger.
Wow.
The United Center is 500 seats larger in capacity compared to the bank.
And the second highest attendance on average this season. And somehow in the Big 26, we still have people like producer Drew making Panthers attendance jokes.
Does anyone really still pay attention to producer Drew?
Well, they probably only do when the Avalanche play the Leafs. I saw Dangle crash out again, so that was funny.
Dangle crash out is just kind of daily at this point, so.
Yeah, but he swears he's not broken. He swears the Leafs haven't broken him.
It doesn't matter how many times Dangle crashes out. I will still wind up watching his videos anyway, just because he's pretty funny.
Of course. I mean, it's a classic, Death, Taxes, and Steve Dangle screaming.
Man, one of the few like really good. I feel like when you look at kind of like hockey, or when you kind of like look at like sports, like kind of sports personalities when it comes to on YouTube, and you have different sports like football, you got you kind of got you kind of got urinating tree, or Tom Grossi.
Tom Grossi, Brandon Perna.
Yeah, exactly. The I'm not really too sure where you would go with kind of basketball. Baseball, you kind of
Maybe
have like
Light
foolish
Reacts,
baseball.
maybe.
I mean, Flight React is definitely a shout. Flight React is definitely a shout. He's definitely questionable
Oh
though.
yeah, oh yeah,
um,
for sure.
but then you get like, but then for hockey you get Steve Dangle, and so you have like the one person that we have who's like truly great, and he's just fun to watch, and he just so happens to be like the biggest Panther hater of all time.
Yes,
We just don't win.
swears we're the evil empire and that we can do no right.
If I was a Maple Leaf fan who has been through that much of terror through the last 50 years, I think I would also believe that.
Oh yeah, I think I would also crash out if I spent 19 years. I believe this is LFR 19 years covering every single Leafs game. And I had to watch a team from a state that gets no snow win back-to-back Stanley Cups and go to 3 in a row. And
Man, has it been 19 years of LFR?
I believe so. I believe this is
Wow.
LFR 19.
Wow. That's
Uh,
crazy.
Mr. Dangle,
It
if you're
feels
seeing
like I
this, you're
started
welcome for
watching
the
him
free
yesterday.
publicity. Um,
Yeah.
it's a very funny show. It's a very funny show.
Man, where were you for prime Steve Dangle in the oh man. Yeah, so he's still in his prime, arguably.
See, they have Steve Dangle. We had Rats on the Ice and Flying Fluffy.
Man, oh prime Rats in the Ice, man.
Bro, prime Rats on the Ice. Oh my god, after every meaningless win, you know,
Oh my god.
squeezing the
Prime Rats
rats.
in the Ice. I remember watching the Prime Rats in the Ice video, you could hear his PlayStation in the background.
Yes. I thought I was the only one that could hear that. That's hilarious. Oh man, that's funny. I thought I was the only one that knew that. That's crazy.
But I thought it was the only one who knew Prime Rats in the Ice, man.
I'm not gonna lie. After we won the first Stanley Cup, I immediately thought of him, and I'm like, I wonder how he's doing. And sure enough, he posted a video like that next day. And I'm like, man, he's back. But it was just like a one-time thing. But he was very happy. He was very happy. I was happy for the guy because
There were
he was with me through those dark ages.
so many. Well, I mean, when the Stanley Cup, there were so many different accounts that I could think of that immediately went through my head.
Yes.
Man, I never see him anymore, but I'm glad Jesus on Twitter.
Yeah.
Prime Ekblad, Jesus, he was in his bag. He was in his bag.
Prime Tkachuk he's still in his prime. He's cooking, folks.
Tkachuk was in his prime, definitely. Tkachuk was
Barkov
definitely
memes is still in his prime.
Barkov
He's
memes is
going
definitely
out
still in his prime too.
insanely well.
Yeah, no, he's definitely in his prime. He's definitely in his prime.
For
Barkov,
sure.
man, I'd say Barkov memes back in like 2020, 2021.
True. Oh my God, master rage baiter.
He still kind of is.
Yeah, for sure.
And we don't have many of them.
I aspire to be as as a high ranking on Team Petty as he is.
The old public account of mine from back in 2020 when I was a teenager still and it had no life other than just troll people all day because I had school and COVID.
Yeah. Man, well, let's see. Where are we at in this game against the Mammoth plural?
I think we're getting ready for the third period to start here. 2-2, still a score in this one.
Still on the power play when we get back. Interesting. Dude, do you think we win? I mean, obviously we win, but
might as well go ahead and drop our predictions.
Yeah, I mean, last time we dropped predictions, they were very far off, but it's okay because we're podcasting while the game is going on. So, I'm gonna go Panthers win. I'm not sure what the score will be, but we will win by 2 goals. There will be an empty netter, but I will say the game-winning goal will go to Sam Bennett. Let's go, Benny.
I'll say we have an overtime game. I think this one goes to the shootout. So this one goes to the shootout. I'm going to say Panthers take this one. I'm going to say Panthers take this one. I think we're going to see 2 more goals in the third period. I think we're going to see 2 more goals.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and say that.
Who wins the shootout for the Cats?
I'm going to go ahead and say Anton Lundell scores the only goal in the shootout.
Wow.
I'm going to say Lundell. I'm going to say Mr.
He's going to go first, so he'll get the first one, and then we'll just see a masterclass from Bobrovsky, huh?
Yeah, I think we are. I think Bob has had his fair share of struggles this season, but I think we're going to see him lock in.
Okay, I like that pick because respect to Vitek Vanishek,
Yeah, I can't go that hard on the former Panther goalies either.
That's what's up. Well, I guess we're gonna go watch this third period and see what happens. We'll see if our predictions are right. But hey, that's all we got, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Rat Trick Report. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking the video in advance. Thank you for dropping your comments in advance. We genuinely appreciate it. We read all of them, or at least I do, because I love each and every one of you. So thank you to everybody who watched. Shout out our producer, Joel. Much love, homie.
Yes.
And dude, we're back, man. We're back. We back in this thing.
Yes, we are. And we await those magical words from you.
Well, I started this pod and totally forgot to bring the thing that I usually throw for the words. So just imagine I have a rat here, right? Because I'm saving it for when I throw it at the TV when we win in the shootout. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. And until next time, go Cats! Throw them rats! Woo!